Hey everyone, welcome to Makin Scents. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate seeing you here. And if this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome aboard. Today we're going to visit another flanker in the house of Emporio Armani. This guy right here, Stronger with You, Freeze. Stay tuned. So like I said, we're going to be visiting another flanker from Emporio Armani, the Stronger With You line. We've already done Stronger With You and Stronger With You Intensely. So today, we're going to dive into this one right here, Stronger With You, Freeze. Let's see if I can get that in the picture to focus. According to Frag, the main accords are aromatic, warm, spicy, citrus, fresh, spicy, woody, and sweet. The cap is that really cool looking. It's almost like a tied rope around there. You can see it there. I do like the glass frosted bottles. They look really good in my opinion. And the only real difference is it says Freeze on the front of it, as well as the frosted bottle. The sprayer is the same thing as you saw in the other ones. If you've seen one, you've pretty much seen them all. Trying to get that in focus is tough sometimes. Move out of the frame. There we go. The top of the bottle, if I can get that to show up. Come on, you can do it. I'm going to move out of the frame one more time. Oh well, I tried. So this one right here is one of the fragrances that, for me, when I originally wanted to get Stronger With You, I believe I smelt it in Kohl's or one of those stores when I randomly was walking around, and then I started hearing about it a little bit on Frag, the reviews, things like that in general. And for me, I like the sweet, gourmand, strong fragrances that are really rich and are mass appealing. They are something that I personally enjoy. So this one here, when the original came out, I was very excited about getting my nose on and actually adding it to my collection. When I first ordered it, I actually got a clone, not a clone, like a total imposter. So a completely fake one in the bottle, had a plastic cap, not this like nice shiny glossy metal cap. I still have it hidden back there somewhere, but I keep it for memories of getting jaded or gypped, we'll say. It's what I call a Russian tester. So that was one of my first ones I ever got from those crazy sites. This guy right here, though, Stronger With You Freeze. For me, we're going to give this thing a spray. And the biggest question of them all that I have and other people have asked me over time when I do multiple fragrances that are from the same either line or, the same house within the same realm of each other, is one of them better than the other? And do you really need both or all three in this case? That's something I can't really answer. The same way the sprayer works really well. I can't really answer if I would say one that you don't really need from the collection. For me, if you get Stronger With You or Stronger With You Intensely, it's kind of whichever one you like better. I don't know if you need both of them. I will tell you, this one here is different enough to me compared to the out of the three that for me it's definitely worth grabbing. If you like, how can I describe it? So this has like an amber woody vanilla type of a fragrance mix to it, which, if I'm correct, I remember that from the other ones as well. I didn't want to do them side by side just yet. I wanted to do this one by itself, but I'll tell you, out of the three of them, this may actually be my favorite. I'll tell you that towards the end if it definitely is, or maybe that's for another video. But I really enjoy this fragrance. I just jumped to that to the beginning, so in case that's what you were waiting to hear, I definitely am a big fan of Stronger With You Freeze. With that being said, the opening, it's got a bright opening. It's not neroli, it's not, I don't know what, it's some sort of a citrus. I'm going to keep doing these nose, breathe in through my nose. It's like a fruity, kind of like sharp, fresh opening. Not soapy, really. I can't even pinpoint exactly what it is, but it's either pear or some sort of a citrus, whether it's an orange, a lime There's something, it's not bergamot. At least that's not what I think I'm smelling. But it's got this like citrus opening that also you can get the woody undertones, and you can still smell some of like amber or vanilla or something like that. And as this progresses, about 30 minutes in, each time I wore it, that opening started to fade away a little bit. So the opening went away pretty quick within the first hour, definitely. But I'd say the first half hour or so, that opening. And if I remember looking up, it might be apple. It might be apple and lemon or lime. But it's definitely a citrus right there. And it's a mix of them, but they smell pretty good. It is a blast, though. The citrus blast in the opening is like a lot of summer fragrances you would see in general. I like this one better than most of the ones that I would consider with the same type of a citrus opening. For me, though, once that starts to dry down a little bit, especially once you get to that half hour mark, you start to smell some of the woody or amber wood type notes coming through. And definitely that vanilla keeps coming and coming and coming. Again, the bottle itself, I don't know if you agree or not. I think the bottle looks awesome. For me, it's definitely a winner when it comes to that. There is some floral notes, whether it's like labdanum or lavender or something. Could be synthetic, not exactly sure. Just telling you what I'm smelling. But overall, I really enjoy the scent, especially once it dries down. The opening is a bit of a nice burst, nice blast, very clean, very fresh opening, citrus based. That middle, the dry down, whatever it is, there's certain types of florals in there. I'm not the best at pinpointing florals. Neroli stands out to me a lot, patchouli, things like that, vetiver sometimes. But there's something in there. It's a little bit sweet. It's a little bit floral on top of the citrus. So you get the citrus first. And I'm going to tell you again, citrus from the opening. That's what I smell pretty much all the way through, with a little bit of an earthy tone of some sort. I don't know exactly what that is either. Once you get past that opening, though, you get to that floral / little bit sweet note, and then you get to the root, the base of everything. And that base comes, again, that's all within the first hour, where you get to the dry down and you really get the heart of it. We'll call it, the base in general, actually. And then you get like woodsy, amber woods, vanilla, and there's something else there. Right now I'm still getting some of that citrus strong, pretty good. But it's only been a few minutes and I'm already getting some of that lavender or labdanum or one of those things in the middle there. Definitely floral type of a note. And the woodsy base of this is kicking through a bit too. So for me, overall, super nice fragrance. I don't know where I put the cap. Oh, cap's right here. All right. So Stronger With You Freeze for me. It's not a beast mode performance fragrance. Not many fragrances you buy, or at least that I buy, that are the designer level, crazy performers. Some of them are. This one here, I want to say I got 4 hours or so out of it. What I would call solid performance. I say to most fragrances, 2 hours. If you still got projection, you're doing well. With a lot of the designer fragrances that are out there. Once you get to the 2 to 4 hour mark, if you still have any type of sillage at all, that's awesome. At least in my opinion it is. And this one here, I could still smell it like 6 hours later. Not like performing in any way, shape, or form, just off my hand, off my skin. But you know what? That's how almost every fragrance I run into is. Unless they're beast mode performers, then it's another whole story. If you've got a true beast mode performer, they'll go forever. And that's a kind of cool thing too. So for me, definitely a winner for me. I believe it might be my favorite from the line. I'm going to have to do a side-by-side comparison and choose. And I still feel that this one here is a more fresh take, a more clean, it's just a more different take, especially than Intensely. So for me, if you like the fresh mixes of fragrances, along with still some of that nice hearty background, this is not as sweet as the original in my opinion. Definitely not. Definitely more has that fresh opening and such, but that root and that core, that the heart of it, people call the heart notes the middle, but I'm thinking the heart is the base in my mind. Still having a problem putting the cap on. I would definitely say give this one a shot. I am a huge fan of getting samples or decants first. It's very expensive to buy a bunch of bottles, trust me, I know. If you can get samples of stuff first, that is always your best bet. Just because I say I like something doesn't mean you're going to like it. I'm a huge fragrance fan. I like a lot of fragrances. There are some that I don't like at all. But most of the time, if I've got the fragrance, I usually like them. You know, sometimes they're meh and kind of okay. This one is not groundbreaking by any means. It's not anything that everyone in the world is going to have to get their nose on and have to make it added to their collection. So that's a wrap. Again, with this guy right here, Stronger With You Freeze is a definite winner in my book. I definitely recommend getting a decant or a sample. It's probably your best way to try this because, let's face it, making a purchase of a full bottle is a pretty big, chunk of change out of your pocket, no matter what fragrance it is. If you can find a fair price sample, get a decant of it or something like that. I almost always recommend doing that first because just blind buying the bottle based on my nose doesn't mean it's going to be 100% something that you enjoy. Now, if over time we've chatted, we've talked, you've watched the videos, and you say, you know what, that sounds just like something I'm down for, or you just do decide you want to take a shot at it, well, then, good luck to you in a good way. Hopefully, when you get it, you love it as well. Me personally, I'm a big fan. I think I'm a fan of Stronger With You Freeze over the other ones completely, which is kind of crazy because I'm a big fan of the original. I'm even a big fan of Intensely, although I think the two neck and neck, there's not a huge variance between the two. Freeze is definitely different enough to give it a shot, and it's more of a spring, summer, fall frag in my opinion that you can use it for, even though that dry down is nice and rich, but it's still one you can reach for any time of the year. So that's this guy right here. Again, you have about an hour of solid projection, 2 hours where it's kicking around a little further than regular projection, up to 4 hours where you can still smell it off of you, not skin scent, something like that. And it'll last probably till about 6 hours total, to the point that it's not a complete skin scent, but at 6 hours, it was pretty much a skin scent for me. And from there, it might have lasted more time, but at the point of being a skin scent, I consider kind of dead at that point. So definitely a winner for me. I enjoy this fragrance. I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, that's okay too. You don't have to like it just because I do. Do me a huge favor. If you've tried Stronger With You Freeze, throw comments down below. Let me know what you thought about it. If you tried the other ones from the line, let me know what you think about those. Do you like one better than the other? Do you have great performance out of some and not out of others? Let me know in the comments. I do appreciate everyone that comments down there. And I'll tell you, I still try to reply to every single comment that I get, no matter when it comes through, unless Facebook hides it, not Facebook, unless YouTube hides it, which they do sometimes. Ultimately, though, if you like this video, do me a huge favor, click that like button down below. All the likes help me out, keep the channel going. And if you haven't done so already and you like the content we're putting out here, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I'd love to see you come back for more. And we do plan on getting more active. I'm going to say this over and over again. It's just been very busy with everything going on in the world, trying to get day job stuff facilitated, family time, family life, and getting on the camera is a little bit hard, but we're going to definitely make it happen a little bit more. So remember, if you're making the world a better place, just one spray at a time, then to me, you're just making sense. Until next time.